first Tuesday coffee here in October. We're so excited to see your faces this morning virtually. Usually we are doing this meeting in person for those of you that are new to the group. So hopefully we'll get to a point where we're able to bring that back soon. So the premise of this event will be some roundtable introductions, and then we'll have a moment to go over, any last minute announcements or updates to your business. So with that being said, my name is Emerald and I'm the membership director here for the Oceanside Chamber. And I'm going to turn it over to our other staff member, Hannah, to tell you about her role. So go ahead, Hannah.
Thank you, Emerald. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out today. My name is Hannah Gilbert. I'm the Communications and Outreach Coordinator for the Oceanside Chamber. I've been with them for about 2 years now, and I handle all the social media, all the communication outreach. You probably received a bunch of emails from me regarding First Tuesday Coffee and everything else from the Chamber, but I also handle their website, pretty much any digital we have here at the Chamber. So I'm really happy you guys could all make it, and thank you.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Hannah. So as I said, we'll get started with several rounds of introductions, and for the sake of time for this very first round, we're going to keep it short to just your name, your business or organization, and what your specific role is there. And I have some questions we'll ask beyond that, like who your market is and what we can do to help you guys. But like I said, for the first round, we'll keep it to just those three things: your name, your business title or organization, and then a little more about your specific role. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over and start here to the left with Jim Pruitt. So Jim, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jim Pruitt, project manager for America's Publisher, and we publish the Military Appreciation magazine for Camp Pendleton.
All right, thanks so much, Jim. Next up, we have Robyn Carlson. Go ahead, Robyn.
Greetings, I'm Robyn Carlson with Carlson Mobile Notary, and I am the owner and aficionado for all of your mobile notary needs here in Oceanside and North County.
Thank you, Robyn. Vicki.
Hi, I'm Vicki Schuman. I'm the Assistant Director of Enrollment for Central Michigan University. We normally have classes on the base, but not lately. And we do online and graduate and undergraduate, and then we're also doing some corporate outreach as well.
All right, Morgan.
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Morgan Cohen. My company is Go Be Rewarded, and I'm a brand developer helping expand down the coast. Thank you.
Thanks, Morgan. Lauren.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm with Studio Ace Arts Nonprofit in Oceanside. We are offering virtual classes, and I'm the studio marketing manager there. So I do a lot of all the marketing, all the social media, all that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Lauren. Next up, we're going to call on Moira. There we go.
Good morning. My name is Moira. I'm a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, and I specialize on financial planning for individuals, families, and small businesses.
Thank you. Next up, we have Candace. See if we can unmute. There we go.
Hi, I'm Candace Saari, CPA, and I'm the CPA, I'm the CEO, I'm the CFO, and the Director of Marketing for my business. I have a couple helpers today, so as most of you guys probably have to do this on a daily basis. So I've got my 4-year-old grandson and a little puppy with me this morning. I'm lucky.
Keeping it fun, right? All right. Next up, we have Chris.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Weiner. I am the Business Development Director for Alpha Graphics of Oceanside. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Chris. Next up, we have Joey.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Joey Houston with MedRev, Medical Revenue Management. I'm the owner. I don't have all the CFOs and all that abbreviations after my name, but owner of Medical Revenue Management and your local PPE and COVID tester.
Awesome. Next up, we have a combo deal, Dave and Nancy Butek. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good morning. I'm Dave, and my wife Nancy and I, with Wise Choices Realty, we service all of North County and Orange County as well.
Thank you, guys. Next up, Nicole.
Good morning,
Hi,
everyone.
Good morning.
I'm sorry, we have
Nicole.
Nicole Douglas first. I apologize.
Sorry about that.
That is my fault. Your emails in there too. So let's start with Nicole with Enyo first.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I am Nicole Douglas. I am the owner of Enyo California, which is an Austrian brand of chemical-free, waste-free cleaning products.
All right, awesome. And then we'll go with Fernando next. Fernando, can you hear us? He may have stepped away. We'll come back to him. All right, now moving on to Nicole with Corp Modular.
Hi, my name is Nicole Argando with Corporate Modular Services. I am the Business Development Manager, and we are a commercial furniture dealership.
All right, thank you for that. Next up, we have Dana.
Morning, everybody. Dana Albert, Senior Financial Advisor with Merrill Lynch Wealth Management, helping folks in coastal North County, San Diego.
All right. Can you hear us, Rochelle?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead and tell us your business name and a little bit about your role there.
Hi, my business is Bliss Tea and Treats, and I am, like Candace, the CEO, CFO, CIO, you name it. I do it all. No, I do have a good team that works with me at Bliss. We're a tea room, the local tea room in Oceanside, downtown on Mission Avenue.
Thank you, Rochelle. Next up, we have North County Auctions. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm Craig Casey with NorthCountyAuctions.com. We have our Scaretober collector's auction coming up, our machine shop coming up, and we've got a rare car, vintage car auction coming up. Craig Casey with NorthCountyAuctions.com.
Awesome, that's some exciting stuff. So we'll have some time reserved at the end where you can expand a little bit on those for us. Next up, we have Fernando. If you can hear us now, would be a chance for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role at your business.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm excited to be here. My name is Fernando Valle. I work for Wells Fargo Bank here on Oceanside Boulevard and college off the 76. And my role there is personal banker too and relationship manager. So I specialize in helping out our consumer and business clients, especially during these challenging times. And I'm also a brokerage associate with Wells Fargo Advisors. And so we specialize in helping clients with their investment and retirement needs.
All right, thank you for that, Fernando. And last but not least, we have Jasmine Garcia.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. This is Jaz Garcia. I'm the Community Relations Officer for SDCCU. And I'm really excited to be here. I think this is my second one.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for sharing, the kind of the what with your business. Now we're looking to hear in this next round what the who is. So we want to hear who you typically work with, and if there are any new groups that you've worked with this year, whether it be through the pandemic or another reason. This is just a great thing for all of us to keep in mind as we're, connecting with other businesses on who is a good referral for you. So Jim, if you can share a little bit about some of the types of businesses that you typically work with or are looking to work with. So go ahead, Jim.
Hi, our magazine is distributed all over Camp Pendleton. So for businesses that want to put their name and their products in front of Marines, I'm the one you need to talk to because we distribute 20,000 of these magazines all over Camp Pendleton.
A lot of businesses that are looking for some military outreach there, send them Jim's way. All right, Robyn, you're up. Oh, your mic is muted. Can we try one more time?
There we go.
There we go. It was a mute word.
Good morning. I'm Robyn Carlson with Carlson Mobile Notary. I'm here in Oceanside. I do travel to North County areas. And what I do is my expertise is in loan signings as well as the single document. So I work with Dana when his clients at Merrill Lynch need help with maybe a 401k adjustment form that needs to get notarized or something of that nature. I also work with 4 trust attorneys when they need the mobile services. And then of course the loan signings and the general notary. So remember me for notary. I'm Robyn Carlson with Carlson Mobile Notary.
Thanks for sharing that, Robyn. Vicki.
Hi, Vicki Schuman, Central Michigan University. Obviously, we are a school, so we're looking for students online and, like I said, on-site as when we get back to normal. We mostly have classes in education and business, and those are our specialties, and we're reaching out to corporations now with our Ed2Go classes. A big shout out to Hana and Emerald for helping me do some marketing on that. So we're hoping if you have any interest in some professional development type of things, please give me a shout.
All right. And one thing to be clear too for CMU is that you do not have to be a military member to utilize courses, correct? Vicki, that's a big misconception with your school, I think. All right, awesome. Well, next we're going to move on to Morgan. You work with a lot of types of businesses and maybe share if there's any new ones that you've seen across your desk as well.
Yeah, so Go Be Rewarded, we work directly with businesses based out of San Diego. So big or small, we help take some marketing stuff off of their plate. So we do websites if they need a website revamp, some videos. So sometimes people don't want to search the whole website to figure out what they do. We do some social media ads, Facebook and Instagram and Google ads as well to help bring traction to the website. So if you know of anyone that needs help with an online presence, we would definitely be able to help them out, big or small, as long as they're based out of San Diego.
All right, thank you for that. Next up, we're gonna call on Lauren.
So Studio Ace right now is working, we have virtual classes going that are doing pretty well for kids, and we have one for adults, watercolor. But we're really trying to stay in our community and stay relevant in our community. So right now we're hosting a vote contest where we incorporate, where anyone can incorporate the word vote artistically in any way or form, and we're gonna have we'll pick a winner out of everyone, and they get a giant basket of goodies and cash, and just really trying to stay connected. So we're doing that, and then also a buy one give one art kits. So if during the fall, if you buy a fall themed art kit, you give one to Solutions for Change, another nonprofit here in Oceanside. So that's really our goal right now, is to try to stay as relevant as possible and just give classes and art whenever we can.
Thank you for that information, Lauren. So if you guys are looking to get more involved or you know someone that is, Lauren's a great contact for that.
Yeah,
next
absolutely.
Up, we're going to call on, of course. Next up, we're going to call on Moira. I'll unmute your mic here.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so I specifically work with young professionals, so under 40, new families starting now, and small businesses I on women-owned. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for.
All right, that's pretty straightforward. Thanks for sharing. Next up, we're gonna call on Joey, and I know you're working with some new types of businesses given your new services through the pandemic. So maybe you can share a little bit on that.
Yes, so it's been actually keeping us really busy. So one of our key things we do is we do an umbrella of services, but we help medical practices be more profitable, especially with their back-end services. But what Emerald was referring to was our mobile rapid COVID testing that we do and PPE supplies. So I've been going to businesses from Los Angeles all the way down to San Diego. I'm covering a lot of bases here. So it's been keeping us really busy. And like I said, businesses, families, individuals for work, for just personal interest want to be tested, and so that's what we've been kind of doing. And like I said, PPE supplies for those who need to stay protected too.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Joey. So if you guys know someone that's looking for some quick and easy testing, just some peace of mind, she's a great contact for that. Next up, we're going to call on Dave and Nancy. So if you can share some of the people you guys usually work with, or who you're looking to work with more.
Yes, thank you. We are a full-service real estate firm, and we help clients save on average around $10,000 on selling a home. We offer rebate services also if you buy a home from us. Typically, when you look at your closing statement at the end of a transaction in real estate, you'll discover some pretty hefty charges. We help with that with a flat fee service and a rebate when you buy a home.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Next up, I'm going to call on Nicole with Enyo.
Hey everyone. Yeah. So with Enyo being chemical-free, waste-free cleaning, my clients are people who are health conscious and as well as being eco-conscious. The products are an extremely healthy alternative to traditional cleaning methods, while also being very, very beneficial for the environment as well. So both residential and small businesses, anyone who just is interested in looking for a better, healthier, safer, more environmental way to clean.
And I am a customer of Nicole's and a very happy one, so I can vouch for her products. They are amazing. And Dana is too. So it's a good segue into our next person. Dana, go ahead. Oh, your mic is muted. We'll try it one more time. I hate getting in these mute warts.
Sorry about that. So over the last 5 years, we've actually had a very high percentage of new clients come from the Oceanside area, in particular, retirees age 65 and up. You come to San Diego, 20 years ago, and you're like, I'm sticking around. So, and all these folks are living a lot longer than they thought. So we get several clients coming through our banking channel. We are owned by Bank of America. A lot of our clients bank at the San Luis Rey branch on Mission and El Camino Real. So I love working with retirees. It's fun.
All right. Well, we'll send more your way. So next up, we're going to call on Rushell. Tell us who you work with usually.
I actually, well, for my business clients, business partners, I work with several chamber members. So, for different services, like I work with Chris for printing and Candace for accounting. But my customers, my guests that come to the tea room, everyone. So all of San Diego, we have some people that come all the way down from LA. We do events. So right now we're doing a Mad Hatter Tea Party. So we've transformed the tea room into Alice in Wonderland. Our version of Alice in Wonderland, and we're in full costume. So it's a lot of fun. And we're getting a lot of kids and families that want to do high tea. So we're having a good time with that. But we also have online products that we sell. So we do retail as well as a full tea room. We have online customers all over the country that are purchasing our products. So yeah.
A little bit of everyone. Thank you for that, Rushell. Next up, we're going to call on Candace.
Hi, Candace Saari, CPA. I work with a lot of individuals in tax planning and preparation, but I think my real love is working with the small business owners, and whether they be a sole proprietor, LLC, corporation, in their tax planning and preparation, but also other types of financial services. So I have a deadline coming up of October 15th to get those final individual returns out, and then I'm going to be moving on to helping my clients, for several of them, with their PPP loan forgiveness applications and stuff, as soon as the government can figure out the form. So, so a variety. I'm the CFO of my business, but I'm the CFO of CFO to Go of a lot of small businesses locally. Thank you.
Candace. All right, next up, we're gonna call on Fernando. You can tell us who you work with or who you like to work with.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. My name is Fernando Valle. I work at Wells Fargo Bank in Oceanside, and I'm the personal banker to there and relationship manager. I work with individuals, high value, and also small businesses. I like to work with small businesses and retirees. But you know what? Before working at Wells Fargo, I actually was in the Marine Corps. So I served 10 years in the Marine Corps. And it's good to be back in Oceanside of San Diego, you know, be with my Marines. And I noticed a lot of them were just like how I was when I first started out. And, you know, I just wish I knew now what I know now what I knew then, or vice versa. I mean, I wish I knew then what I know now. So it's good to sit down with them and just kind of educate them about their finances, how to budget, you know, what's out there with, you know, starting the retirement going and things like that. So I guess if you know any individuals out there or small businesses or military members that are just looking about, you know, bettering themselves financially, just making financially smart decisions, send them my way and I'll take good care of them.
Thank you, Fernando. Next up, we're gonna call on North County Auto Auctions.
Yeah, that's Craig Casey with North County Auctions. You know, we're doing that machine shop later this month. So we work with companies that are downsizing, moving, liquidating. Our ideal customer is corporate. We do luxury estates also. You know, we represent, you know, wealthy individuals, people that need their assets secured, jewelry, coins, guns, things like that. So expensive stuff. That's what we're looking for, machinery, equipment, etc. Craig Casey with NorthCountyAuctions.com.
Thanks for that, Craig. Next up, we're gonna call on Christopher.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Chris again with Alpha Graphics of Oceanside. And I work with small to medium-sized businesses, helping them with their printing, signage, and marketing projects. We do really well helping retail, manufacturing, restaurants. I give discounted pricing to chamber members. So if any of you are trying to reach more people or capture more market share, print and signs are, you know, a great way to do that. So please reach out to me if I could be of any help. That's all I got.
All right, thank you for that, Chris. And that's a good segue into our next person, Nicole.
Hello again, this is Nicole from Corporate Modular Services. As mentioned, we are a commercial furniture dealership. We are located in Orange, but we cover all areas. I particularly cover all areas between LA and San Diego. I'm personally located in Oceanside, so that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to join in today, to kind of reach out to my community. We are currently servicing not only businesses that are looking to reconfigure their space to allow for social distancing, we now have a work from home furniture package that is available to residents. And so if you have any questions on that, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Nicole and my information is in the chat room. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nicole. Next up, we're gonna call on Jasmine. See if she can hear us.
Goes.
There you go.
I can hear you. Hi, everyone. Again, Jazz Garcia. I'm the Community Relations Officer at SDCCU. I handle and oversee a lot of the events, a lot of the partnerships, sponsorships, any community involvement that we have. And I wanted to come on here to invite and remind everybody that tomorrow is World Financial Planning Day. So that is for everyone. We're putting on some really great presentations tomorrow at SDCCU for free. You do not have to be a member. Anybody can join. We're doing Preparing for Money Milestones, College Financing 101, and Planning for Retirement. So I'll put all that information in the chat box if anybody has any questions. We are holding these free financial webinars every single Wednesday through the month of October. 3 times a day. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Jazz Garcia with SDCCU. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jazz. And last but not least, we're going to call on Rich. And Rich, I noticed you joined the meeting a little later, so we're going to give you a little extra time to introduce yourself and then tell us who you typically work with. Are you there, Rich? I see his mic is unmuted. We may have to come back to him. Maybe some technical difficulties there. Well, speaking of difficulties, that's a great segue into the last round we have for you guys this morning. And this one is really just going to focus on one obstacle or challenge you guys have faced with your business or organization this year and how you've overcame that. So while I give you a couple seconds to kind of think about your answer for that, I can share personally in my role, we've had a lot of challenges, here at the Chamber and specifically in our membership department. Communicating with our new members has been a challenge. And so Hannah and I, took initiative and created, a new communication plan to move forward in, ways to communicate differently with, people as they're just getting involved to the Chamber, since the experience looks a little different now. So we're pretty proud to be rolling that out soon, and we're already implementing it, but that's a big milestone for our organization, just kind of taking care of those things on the back end that you typically don't get to see here in the meeting. So that's our obstacle, or I guess mine personally, and how we've overcome that. So Jim, if you have one, you can share with us briefly here and how you've overcame that.
Well, basically, I used to be the good old boy that come in the front door and greeted whoever I met, shook their hand and told them who I was. But with COVID, I've had to rework it. So on the website, I put up a bunch of blue buttons on the overview page that basically gives you everything you need to know: ad rates, information, the whole 9 yards. And then I send emails out and ask people to visit the website. And then if they're interested, to please contact me, and we either contact each other by phone or email. And that's basically how I've done it since COVID's been here.
All right, well, thank you for that, Jim. Next up, we're going to call on Robyn.
Okay, good morning. So I've had some challenges. I wrote them down because otherwise my mind will drift watching Dana. So I've had some challenges with the notary business this year, especially with COVID compliance and individuals. So when I travel to the mutually agreed upon signing location, I now ask, what's your COVID compliance? So I always wear my mask because I don't know where I've been. And most of the signings that I have are outside now. So whether that means the garage floor, which I've done a couple of those, on the patio, or, even standing up in the back of the Volvo, which I have a new car now, the back of the Volvo lift. So what I've had to add to my toolbox, which is my briefcase that was 5 pounds, is now 15 pounds, because I had to add weights for the loan documents. Because you're doing 169 pages of loan documents for VA outside with the wind going on, I need to have weights around to hold the documents down. I also bring TV trays for my desk. I have clipboards for the signers to sign, but I need a solid place, and I'm all about systems. So a TV tray is now in the back of the car. And depending on where I'm signing, I always ask, where are we signing? Are we signing outside? I have to wear longer skirts. I'm not a pants person. I really don't care for holding my stomach in that much, so I'm a skirt person. And if I'm going to be bending down on somebody's driveway, then I need to have accommodations. And I'm learning about windowsill signings. A lot of the senior homes where I go to, the facilities, you're not allowed to go in still. So I can check in, but then the signer sits on the inside of the door or the window, and I'm on the outside, and a designated staff member runs between us. So I'm getting really good at sending everything and watching everything, and we're talking on phone. So those are a couple things that it's not a 30-minute thing where you just run in, stamp, sign, validate, smile, chat, and leave. You really have to think about what's going on and where I'm going, because sometimes, especially with seniors, I'm the only human they've seen for a long time. so I don't question. So remember me for notary. I'm Robyn Carlson with Carlson Mobile Notary. Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing how you were able to adapt, Robyn. And before we move on, I did just want to mention, Rich let us know in the chat function that his mic isn't working, but he is with RB Information Assurance, and he does network and system security assessments, both for personal and business. So he's dropped his contact information in the chat box for you guys. So we'll move on to Vicki, if you can tell us one obstacle you faced this year and how you've overcame that.
Hi, everybody, again. Well, most of you know how many other schools are having problems with the COVID. So CMU, I think, has done a pretty good job. We've definitely switched our, our outreach to more of online, and you'll probably be seeing me more at the chamber events. So that'll be good. We've definitely switched more to that. I also keep forgetting to tell everybody, I teach horseback riding lessons in Bonsall, and that business has taken off like crazy. So if anybody's at all interested in that, give me a shout. It seems like everybody wants to ride a horse. It's on their bucket list.
That's awesome. They have wanted for a long time now, I feel like.
Okay, call me.
All right, well, Morgan, you're up. Tell us one obstacle and how you overcame that.
Yeah, so I would say in the beginning, we had the biggest obstacle was just dealing with the businesses and figuring out if they were going to stay open or not, and then kind of create the campaigns based off of that. And now we've just pivoted and we're growing exponentially outside of just North County. So we're kind of all over San Diego.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Next up, we have Lauren.
So we have been, before COVID, we were on the up and up, getting new kids in classes and families to join our classes and stuff like that. So when COVID hit, we kind of plateaued again, and we've had our base, which is great. We're really thankful for that, and they've been really interested in all the classes and participating. But it's really just the problem was gaining more people to come take our classes and stuff. So that's something we're currently working on, and I think we're doing really well with. We're getting, this month we got a few new signups from new people, and I think people are accepting the whole virtual world. So well, we want art still, so we're gonna sign up anyways. So yeah, it's good. We're on the way.
Good, at least it's on the upward trend, right?
That's right.
Exactly, that's where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, we're gonna call on Moira. So just one obstacle and how you overcame that this year.
So definitely it was switching everything over to virtual and just having the meetings virtual. I think it's a little bit different when you have someone in front of you, have someone basically doing everything online. Just the human connection is completely different, but so made more time for meetings. So we've been able to keep more meetings throughout the day and just kind of be able to talk to more people. So that's definitely a plus side. And then just the networking side, it's been a little bit harder to do, virtual. At some point, everyone kind of is tired of the Zoom. And it's trying to figure out a way to kind of communicate with each other. And then you go from these to like one-on-ones, it just makes the process a little bit longer. But I think at this point, everyone's gotten pretty used to it. So it's a little bit more efficient. So it's been nice, again, to start getting to know different people and seeing if you vibe with them and if they're the right person to help you in your business not out, and you can help them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. Next up, we have Joey. So just one obstacle or challenge and how you've overcame that.
All right. Well, hi, everyone, again. So one obstacle was a huge obstacle. Surgeries. A lot of our clients are medical practices. So surgeries were put on hold, and that's kind of hard to bill for when there's nothing going in. So we learned to pivot, and that's where when we started doing PPE supplies and COVID testing, which is still keeping us open, thankfully. And like Robyn, I had to adjust for COVID testing. And so my trunk is now my testing platform. I have a little lap desk. I have my Sharps container, which is really my almond milk bottle. I have a bag, a duffel bag with cotton balls and kits and all kinds of stuff. And it's almost like a clown car when I start pulling out stuff. So I'm not a skirt person. I'm actually a pant person. So thankfully I get to wear my scrubs, and when I bend over, it's okay. So I adjusted accordingly, though.
Yeah, no wardrobe malfunctions. Nobody needs that. Next up, we have Dave and Nancy. If you guys can share just one challenge, I know there's many, but just one, and how you guys have overcame that this year.
Okay.
Well, with the COVID, we have to restrict people in a home to 3 people max at one time. And we carry with us booties, latex gloves, masks. Everybody has to sign a PED agreement that they don't, that they're healthy and they don't have any symptoms of COVID. So yeah, it's a challenging. Previously, I think the highest count I had on an open house was 72 individuals coming through the home in a 3-hour time frame. But today, it's we schedule 15-minute blocks to allow people to come into a home and view it.
And safety is number one with us. It's all about safety and customer service. So
very good.
Most important.
Guys. All right, next up we have Nicole with Enyo.
Well, I'm sure like many of you, my favorite way to do business is in person, and getting in front of the client, letting them touch, feel, use the products for themselves so they can become familiar and acquainted with it. So just being flexible and working with people in whatever way they're comfortable with. So setting up Zoom demonstrations. Some people are comfortable, doing the backyard or the garage demonstration. So just working with the client, as well as I've shifted towards partnering with other small businesses and entrepreneurs and setting up multi-vendor online shopping boutiques, just to sort of help grow those networks that are, it's tough to get out and meet new people when we're not able to do our normal events. So working with what we've got.
Exactly. Thank you for that. Dana, if you can share one obstacle and how you faced that this year.
Well, really the biggest obstacle this past 6 months was since we're growing, we hired a new advisor during quarantine, and we had a partner retire. So all this while you can't see clients face to face. So thank goodness for WebEx and Zoom. That's all I could say. WebEx and Zoom, lifesavers.
Good. Thank goodness for technology, right? I know we don't like it sometimes, but it helps us accomplish so much, like this meeting right now. Next up, we have Rochelle. So I'm going to unmute your mic.
Okay. Well, we've had some interesting challenges. So we opened in May, which was during COVID. So developing a base during this pandemic has been interesting. So we've done a lot of social media in order to get the word out that we are open and available. People are still discovering us for the first time. As you know, restaurants have had to limit their space. So we've expanded and opened up our patio. That's been great for, our customers that prefer to sit outside. A lot of people are struggling right now with depression and sadness and anxiety and headaches and lack of sleep. So we have blends. We make custom blends in the tea room. And we've actually pivoted and started offering, well, we haven't transitioned from our teas, but we also offer custom blends. So a lot of people are buying, I think almost everyone buys a sleep tea. And a lot of people are asking for our Hope tea, which is for depression, as well as our Relax tea, which is for anxiety. We have some other ones for headache and digestion and so forth that we make there. So those are some pivots that we've made because we realized that people are dealing with issues that they may not have dealt with in the past, and this gives them a more natural way to deal with that. So if you know anyone that's struggling in different areas, we will, have a conversation and make sure that we give them the appropriate blend to help them. A lot of people are staying home, and we do a lot of weekly events to help those who want to do something fun that is, socially distance appropriate. So we either do cookie decorating, and we limit the number of people by asking everyone to pre-register. So that's been working well because everyone, purchases either their table or their seat in advance, and then we can manage that when they arrive. We also are doing tea education online. So we go live often, and people are connecting with us that way when we go live. So those are some of the things that we've done to pivot.
Thank you for sharing those tips just from your personal experience through this, Rushell. I'm sure a lot of the businesses can get some takeaways from that. Next up, we're going to call on Craig Casey. So Craig, if you can share just one obstacle you faced in your business and how you have personally overcame that.
Well, there's not really obstacles, there's opportunities. We're making lemonade out of these lemons. There's more deals, there's more opportunities out there. There's more bad deals, and there's also more good deals. So we have to pick and choose our deals. That and, security, we're always conscious of, protecting the customer's assets, and life is good.
Good. All right, Candace, did we call on you? I know your tiles are shuffling here.
Hi. Well, in most years, all the tax law changes are usually put into place before we start tax season and allows us time to plan. This year, actually, there were law changes during tax season, which made it a little difficult to work with. But overall, it was actually quite accommodating for me because of the April 15th deadline extended to July 15th. Gave some little extra time, but also it's helped my October deadline here because I had a lot of clients that actually were able to file before. A lot of my October 15th clients actually got in and filed on July 15th. Been able to also, by doing that, plan a little more for very complicated, complex, unusual tax year for 2020. So, been it.
Yeah, pretty unique this year.
Very unique.
Next up, we're going to call on Chris with Alpha Graphics.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So before COVID, a large part of my job was getting in front of new people, and I tried to introduce myself to 10 new people or 10 new businesses a day. And that changed with COVID. So now, at first it was especially uncomfortable to go into a new business and not know anyone, wearing a face mask and try to be relatable and open up a conversation. So I backed off from that, and now I'm trying to make 20 new calls a day and going to the businesses that would be appropriate, like restaurants and retail shops and places that are open and doing business, and especially businesses where the regulations have changed, where they may need to notify people about changes. We've also, we have an online web to print system, and so we're utilizing that more, so people could go online and place their order and proof their own job, and then we could just deliver it to their doorstep. And so we try to limit the amount of interaction, and then just try to meet people where they're at.
Awesome, thanks for those tips, Chris. Next up, we're going to call on Fernando. So just one obstacle you faced this year in your role and how you've overcome that.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yes, there's been many challenges, especially during, when COVID hit. Before COVID, business and traffic was really good. And right after COVID hit, people were scared. People were pretty scared to come into the bank, I think. So, I think one thing that I did to overcome that was, trying to think right now. I know I started making, because before I would make probably around 10 to 20 calls. I started making a little bit more than that, and also started sending out letters and emails, and just kind of inviting people to come in and have the conversation about reviewing their retirement accounts, because I know everyone took a big hit, and people were reacting, you know, kind of hastily and selling off. But if they would just held on, you know, I think they would have been okay. The other thing too was that kind of goes with that was, you know, investments was just a touchy subject to kind of talk about. So I think when rates dropped, you know, we kind of thought about looking at people's full balance sheets instead of just focusing on one area. And so if their mortgages were, you know, above 3.5 or above 4, you know, it was a good conversation to invite them in to at least talk about lowering the rate and helping them save money that way. And so that's what we've been doing right now, and it's been working out good.
Good, thank you for that, Fernando. Next up, we're gonna call on Morgan. Oh, did you already go, Morgan?
Yeah, no worries.
We're shuffling again. I've got Chris down here too. I don't know how that happened. I think it's when you turn your tile off, your computer. Anyway, we're gonna call on our second Nicole here. So go ahead, Nicole, and tell us about just one obstacle you faced and how you've overcame it.
Well, I was just going to say that my kiddo and I actually moved to California earlier this year, not realizing that the pandemic was going to continue for so long. So working from home, schooling from home, whereas before I was out on the road all the time, meeting new clients, giving presentations to new businesses, new companies. So now what I'm doing is I am offering Zoom calls to provide presentations on furniture packets, as well as sending lunch to the clients through Uber Eats. So that way it's kind of more of still a conference call or face-to-face call, but through Zoom, and we're able to enjoy lunch together virtually.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, Nicole. Next up, we have Jasmine.
Hi, everyone. I would say the hardest thing was getting, well, COVID, number one, would be not having any in-person events. A lot of what I do as part of my role is oversee the community events, the fairs, the farmers markets, the booths, everything that we do, and all of that was stopped. So it was really hard to transition over to just a full digital platform, not only with our financial literacy platform and presentations, but also events that we participate in or had to put on hold. So, I mean, the magic word is pivot, and we've all done it. So that's really awesome, that we're able to do these things like today's networking and, you know, other types of virtual events online. And hopefully, I mean, so far everything's been great, but hopefully next year we can go back to maybe some hybrid or some in-person events. So that's what I'm hoping for.
I hear you, Jasmine. Well, Rich let us know he doesn't have a mic, so we can leave him to answer his in the chat function. But before we leave off today, we have just 5 more minutes. So we'll do just a very quick speed round, and I'm just gonna call on people who have their hands raised. If you have a specific event coming up, whether it be in person or virtual, or an announcement about your business that we need to know today. So go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll call on you individually. So first hand I saw was Craig Casey. So just about 15 seconds here if you can tell us your announcement. Oh, Craig, your mic looks like it's muted again. Are you guys hearing it? No, Craig, I'm not sure what happened to your audio. We heard you earlier. Let me manually mute you. We might have to come back. If not, we'll have you put your announcement in the chat function. Did it work? Okay, still no audio. All right, any other announcements while we wait on Craig's to come through on chat? Go ahead, Jim.
Just want to let everybody know our magazine is electronically posted on the Chamber website, both under publications and under Camp Pendleton publications, and look for the October issue. It'll be out by the 15th of October.
All right, thank you. We'll look out for that. Dave and Nancy have an announcement.
Yeah, just wanted to we want to let everybody know this is the hottest market there has been. So if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell, it is, we've been in the business for many, many years, never seen it where the homes are so priced so high in San Diego. It's just, it goes on the market and it's gone, I would say within, oh my gosh, within a day or two. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. So keep that in mind, save you a lot of money.
Well, thank you guys. We have Robyn has a quick announcement.
I have a quick announcement along with Dave and Nancy. One of the things I notice in my notary business is that if you own a home, you need to go and look at your note. And if your rate is over 3, you need to get a hold of your mortgage lender. If you are not protecting your assets with a trust, a will is just instruction to the probate court. You really need to have a trust unless you want the option of giving it to the state. It's like your last love letter to your family. So those are 2 important referrals in my toolbox that I'm able to refer if you need help with both a lender and with a trust attorney that's local. Thank you.
Thank you, Robyn. Any other announcements? We have Dana. Go ahead, Dana.
Hey, just looking for golfers that might want to play with me in a charity golf event on Saturday, October 24th at Arrowwood. I'm supporting a local nonprofit in Oceanside called Lived Experiences. Check them out. I like what their mission is and I want to support them. And if you play golf, you're a friend of mine.
All right. Thanks, Dana. Any other last minute announcements or events you guys have going on? Going once, going twice. I think I see Rochelle. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Hi, everyone. I am inviting you guys to our tea room to have afternoon tea with us Thursday through Sunday. You definitely want to see our Mad Hatter theme that we're doing this month. And we also have gifts. So if you have clients that need gifts, whether they're appreciation gifts or you need gift cards, we can do that as well for you.
All right. And once again, I see there are some announcements in the chat function. So I'll give each of you an opportunity to go ahead and save that yourself. So if you don't know how to do that, I'll direct you right now. It's just at the very bottom of your screen. And there's 3 little dots beside the word file. So you guys can save it from there. So if you want to give me a thumbs up, you got it. This will make sure everyone on the meeting has the information from today. And Hana will be editing and uploading our meeting onto YouTube so you guys can see this after. It's a great way just to share how you're involved in your local chamber and also share your elevator speech so people learn more about your business in depth. So we hope that you guys will join us for the next one next month. And we do have some events that are happening this month. So I'm going to pull up our roster very briefly for you guys. And Hana did drop a note about our new member orientation, which will be our next virtual event on the 16th. So regardless if you guys are a new member or you've been involved for a while, this is just a great way to get a refresher on what it looks like to be a member during these times, since we've shifted some things virtually. And then I did just want to mention that we do have an in-person event happening on the 12th. It's a ribbon cutting ceremony for MedLeave. And Chris from Alpha Graphics is actually helping them out with their banner there. So if you guys feel so inclined to come out to in-person events, we'd love to have you there. But that's all we have for you guys today. We hope you'll join us for the next one. And Craig, I will follow up with you on your interest in membership after. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thanks.